5 lessons building a YouTube automation side hustle taught me that a study never would. But after going that route and then after that starting my own side hustles, online business and YouTube automation channels, I learned something different. And that is that some of the most valuable business lessons that I learned through my own experience are way more valuable than the things that they learn you and teach you in schools or at a job. And the reason for that is that a study or a job focuses on the wrong things when you start actually building your own business. They will reward politics over performance, opinions over data, and hierarchy over experimentation. But when you run your own side hustle online, none of these things actually matter. And there's this one thing that only matters when you do this, and that is the results that you're getting. And with YouTube automation specifically, this is impressions, views, and then AdSense revenue. And when your money starts to depend on these metrics, the way you look at business starts to become way different. So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 lessons that I've learned the past 5 years running YouTube automation channels myself that a formal education never taught me. So stop being a broke complainer who never takes action towards something and actually start taking life serious in building your online business to achieve time and location freedom. Now, lesson number 1 is that the person who is willing to test the fastest usually wins the race. The main thing I hate from the studies that I took and then jobs I had is that every time you want to make a decision, there's like all these meetings and all these questions you have to ask other people higher up in the hierarchy to get a yes or a no, and it can take days or weeks before you can make a decision and actually get started with something. And if you go take this slow route, then innovation can take so much longer. Whereas with YouTube automation, running a channel for myself, I can be looking at YouTube, finding like winning niches. If I see something literally within 2 hours, I can have a new channel set up, a team ready in place with 15 video concept, and the day after I can post my first video online to test this market. And on YouTube and with a lot of other jobs or side hustles or online businesses, speed always wins, because if you find that hole in the market where there is a high demand but not so much supply yet, and you are the first one, like the first mover, you will have the advantage of being able to take the biggest part of the market, build trust, and grow the fastest. But if, let's say, I find this market, but I have to wait 3 weeks to get it approved from the higher ups, then maybe someone else jumps into that market, takes the big piece of the market, and then I'm going to be too late and lag behind, and there's going to be more competitors doing the same thing. And this is why speed is so important. So yeah, moving on your own, making fast decisions, and just having that first mover advantage is very important in business. Now, lesson number 2 is that revenue does not matter if your margins are trash. Everyone loves to brag about their revenue, their like big growth month over month or year over year. But what really matters is what you are left with at the end of the month after paying all your expenses. Revenue means nothing if it is fully eaten up by all the cost and overhead you have. This is actually a very sad story about myself. When I first started dropshipping and e-commerce, at one point I was doing like $50,000, $60,000 months, but very often the margins were like 10%, 15%, and sometimes even less on bad months. So even though it sounds like so grand when you're saying I may do 50K a month, right? And this is what a lot of people still do. If your profit from that is like 4K and then you also have to pay taxes on that, it's not really something that you can be proud of or brag about, right? Because there's so little left. This is one thing I love with YouTube automation too. Usually your videos, you can produce them for like $40, $50 per video, but some videos that I posted like 1-2 years ago, by now maybe like $6,000, $7,000 or $8,000 from that one video that keeps getting views and keeps making me money. And this way your margins can become very high, up to like 90 to 95% if you have a channel that does decent numbers every single month. The older and the bigger your channel becomes, usually the higher your margins will get. Cool thing with YouTube automation is that, let's say you post 10 videos every single month, and this will cost you, as an example, $500. Now that cost is set if you keep doing 10 videos every single month. But if your, let's say, revenue the first month is 0 and then the next month it's 1,000 and then it's 5,000, your profit margins becomes bigger and bigger as your channels grow, your views grow, your subscribers grow, and you become like a more aged channel. And this just makes YouTube automation very scalable, because even if you have a fully automated team in place and it will cost you $1,000 a month, if your channel does 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, even more, the margins become higher and higher as you grow bigger with your channel. So the main thing here is optimize for profit and not just for the revenue numbers. And again, with YouTube automation, with the rise of AI, it became very profitable. You can hire like lower cost freelancers online. You can get them to use AI tools that are cheaper than full-time employees. And then you just get a video editor to make videos for you, and your cost per channel will be kept at like $700 to $1,000 a month. Now, lesson number 3 is that freelancers beat employees for most tasks. In school and while working, they always focus on like making a team, making like a work culture where everyone is loved and sees each other and lifts each other up. But what I've seen with YouTube automation, if you have a lean team and you can fire fast and hire quick, this is way more efficient, profitable, and fast than having like full-time employees who you maybe like have to manage a lot more, who will cost you a lot more, and who are maybe like less versatile than these freelancers are that you can hire online. If you get full-time employees, there's a lot more paperwork, there's maybe taxes that are involved, full-time salaries, office structures, all this stuff, like if they want to work in an office, for example. But with freelancers online that you can hire and fire and pay per job, it's just a lot quicker, faster, more efficient. And this is also what I do with YouTube automation. I usually have like one general virtual assistant for like $3-4 an hour who connects everything together. I have like a script writer who does the scripts. I have one voiceover artist who like does the scripts and the voiceovers, and then one video editor who I just put together in a Discord server or a Slack channel, and that is where they communicate and send the files back and forth. A tool like Trello, and this just makes it a lot more efficient, fast. Everything is like in one place, and if someone doesn't perform, I give them a warning or a strike, and if it keeps happening, I fire fast, I hire new people and better people, and this is how you can like keep your production quality up fast and also high in quality. Now, lesson 4 is that data beats an opinion every single time. In a normal corporate job, you would have like a higher up that you have to ask for advice, his opinion, her opinion, and there's so many political plays that go into this, whether they like you or not. So, and this you don't have with YouTube automation. You do everything you do based off the actual data that YouTube is giving you in terms of the impressions you get, the views you get, the clicks, the retention, everything you get, you can see in a dashboard proven by numbers and then make decisions based on those numbers. So you do not have to guess about everything based on your personal opinion. When I start YouTube automation channels, I sometimes get into markets that I'm not a professional in and I don't know a lot about the market. But if you reverse engineer what works that is out there already, and then look at the data where your bottlenecks are, it's very easy to fix the issues and optimize your workflow, your channel, your videos for what works or doesn't work in that market. So instead of debating what works or what doesn't work, you just test something fast, you get it up and running, you see what works or doesn't work, and then you fix what doesn't work and optimize it and go from there. And this completely removes the ego from the business and just the numbers tell the truth to you. Now, lesson number 5 is that you're not just building cash flow, but you're building a sellable asset. You're not just working to get a monthly paycheck in. You don't want to be in a situation where if you stop working, the money stops coming in. You want to build something that is systemized, where you have people working for you that on a day-to-day basis know what to do and how to do it, and the machine has to keep on running even when you're not involved in it. You have to systemize it, make SOPs, and make sure that even if you take a few days off to go on a surf trip or something, that the videos keep coming out, the revenue keeps coming in, and that even if you sell your business or your channels, that the person buying it has like the team in place, automations in place, and knows exactly how to run everything on an autopilot so that they don't have to do or like implement anything new or find everything out themselves. This is why YouTube channels become very valuable assets, because a $4, $5, or even $10,000 a month channel, if it's running for like months, like 6 to 12 months, you can get 10, 12, maybe even higher multipliers when you sell it, because they're such good cash flow machines. You build an audience, subscribers, you can sell products on the back end. And if you set it up properly with a team and SOPs and systems, it's just very automated to run. So stop just following and chasing cash flow, but start building real life overtime big assets that you can sell for bigger multipliers. Now, if this was helpful to you and you want to start building your first YouTube automation channel, then join my free FTS challenge community. It's a free to join community where in 5 days, 5 videos, I'll walk you from A to Z on how to start your first profitable channel and get a team in place to run it for you too. So yeah, my last piece of advice, start thinking like a millionaire business owner, specifically a YouTube automation creator, and stop thinking like an employee that studied and has to listen to the higher ups to tell them what to do, when to do it. Speed matters in this business. Just get those channels up, test them, and test videos. And that is all that matters to set up a successful YouTube automation business. Now that you know how to operate and the mindset around a faceless YouTube business, click this video and watch it to find out about the 5 steps I would go through to start a YouTube automation channel in 2026.